LNG, we are in the woods, and the mosquitoes are terrible. But don't worry, I've developed a technique, a hiking technique, marching technique, using my trekking poles. Y'all, Daddy is not confident balancing on a log, and river crossings are not to be underestimated. The thing is, it does not require very deep of moving water to just sweep you right off your feet and down the river. They're really dangerous. So I was quite the little cautious Connie. I don't know, is that a saying? We just got back on trail today after a town stop in Bishop to resupply. We're a few miles in, Paiute Pass, and we're just gonna grab some water. Right there. Okay, hello. Welcome back. We just got back on trail after a lovely town stop in Bishop. It's kind of going to be an uneventful day. We hitchhiked to the trailhead. We are a few miles in, and we just stopped for our first break to get water from right there. Come on. Hello! Hey, if you are sitting there thinking, oh, I want to travel more, I want to go on more adventures, come with me. I host trips around the world. We've been hiking in Patagonia, we went looking for the Northern Lights in Iceland, trekking in Nepal, camping in Banff, Canada, in the Canadian Rockies. We do it all, and we have a real good time. Everyone's welcome, and all the details for any current trips, just click that little bubble up in the top corner, or go to my website, jjb.life/travel. And we almost always make at least one group cringy TikTok. So come hang out with us. We're a real good time. The trail just keeps topping itself, like again and again and again and again. And just when you think you've climaxed, bam, something even prettier pops up right around the next corner. It's insanity. It's at the point where when I round the corner and I see something newly, ridiculously gorgeous, I just laugh because I don't know why I keep being surprised. I think I need to get used to it. It's Paiute Pass. That's one side, and here's the other. The river crossings were endless in this section. You know, it's funny how I started the trail trying so hard to keep my feet dry when I was crossing streams. And then, I very quickly just gave in. Luckily, my shoes, they drained really well. You know what? That is actually a quality that you don't really think about when you're choosing a trail shoe. But it's important. Having a shoe that drains well and doesn't hold water inside is pretty clutch. I didn't try them, but I don't think this would be the place for a waterproof shoe, because those things keep water out, but if water gets in, which here it's not going out, and then you have feet problems. So any hoozle, shoes that drain. LNG, we are in the woods, and the mosquitoes are terrible. But don't worry, I've developed a technique, a hiking technique, marching technique, using my trekking poles. I kid, but the mosquitoes were really only bad for a couple of days. Now, those days, they were really, really, really bad, but overall, we got super, super lucky my year. It's so wild for this to be the only thing that you have to do today. All I have to do today is this. What a lucky broad am I? Okay, we are almost done with 17 miles. We are almost back to the PCT. Yes, these 17 miles were not even on the PCT. They were just miles to get back to the trail from town. But we did skip a small section. You know that thunderstorm we were out running the other day? That lightning started some forest fires, and the forest fires were not where we were going to be hiking, which would have been Kearsarge Pass, but the smoke was blowing in that direction, and it wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't good. So most of us decided to play it safe and skip up to Paiute Pass, and a couple people went back to Kearsarge, but I had some work to do last night, so I had to leave today. So a few of us stayed in town until today. Some people are on the same trail, but about 20 miles ahead of us. Oh no, like 15 miles ahead of us. We're going to try to catch them tomorrow, because they are going to be at VVR, Vermilion Valley Resort. It is a resort not too far off the Pacific Crest Trail. We have to take a little ferry across the lake to get there. But they have a restaurant with real food, which is not very common on trail. They have lots of good food when we go to town, but not on trail. So we're gonna try to do 23 tomorrow and get that done. Get some food. I am finally ramping up my mileage, and since that ridiculously amazing day on Mount Whitney, I just felt so stinking strong. I've been able to push longer days, and I don't know, the longer miles, I don't know, it just feels good. Y'all, I am telling you, the river crossings don't end. Cautious Connie over here. That's definitely not a saying. Good morning. We are just approaching Selden Pass. We're about 6 miles into the day, and we are hustling. We're under a time crunch. We're climbing, sorry. Trying to get to VVR, Vermilion Valley Ranch. By the time the last ferry goes across the lake at 4:45 p.m. And to be honest, we're probably not going to make it. We are trying to move as fast as we can, but it's going to be pretty tight. At VVR, there's beer, real food, free camping, showers, Wi-Fi, all those things. But I just don't know if we can do it. If we miss the last ferry, we can still hike around the lake, but it's another like 7 miles. So we're gonna hustle, see what we end up with. The fingers crossed. Real food sounds great. What's up, dude? Okay, so we just made up Selden Pass. I think it's our only pass today, right? Yeah. It wasn't too bad, and more importantly, I think we're on pace to make the ferry, right? So, as long as we keep moving. Dang that. So, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make the ferry. We're really close, but probably not gonna make it. But that's okay, because there's another trail that we knew about before, but we thought it was longer than it is. So we're gonna take that, and we're actually gonna be there in the same amount of time. We might actually even be there earlier than we would have been if we kept hiking to the ferry. So just a couple more miles to go. We're at like 21 miles right now, something like that. So it'll be a big day, but did I mention beer and food? Okay, so yet another plot twist. It was not 4 miles, it was 7. But we made it here. somehow. That's all matters.
This seems like something.
Yeah, so you do the same thing that Oliver does.
Okay, we had a great 0 day. It's time to leave VVR, Vermilion Valley Resort. So we are boarding the ferry now to go across the lake. Y'all, this place was so cool. I wish I would have had more time here. I spent way too much money, but, you know, you have to expect that if you're gonna have food of this quality and beer and resupply goods, and it's gonna you're gonna have to pay a premium. We're not in a city. We're in the middle of nowhere. You know, something I thought about tons on the trail was whether or not moments like this would stop being special. Like, at some point, am I going to stop appreciating how beautiful this is just because I've been surrounded by it for so long? I mean, it hasn't happened yet. I know that for sure. But I mean, I'm definitely still at the point where I come around a corner or break above the tree line just to be confronted with some epic, beautiful view that takes my breath away and leaves me with inexplicable tears running down my salty little ginger cheeks. I don't know. Is it just me? Am I the only one? Anyone else get weirdly emotional when they see something pretty? I do. Like, if there's something that's just like overwhelmingly beautiful, tears. Good morning, y'all. Today is another town day. We're going to Mammoth for the 4th of July. Fun. Okay, we've got a quick 11 miles into town, and I think we're going to go to a brewery, and then tonight, fireworks. Now, resupplies can be a little bit stressful. You just have to be so organized when you're doing your shopping because you cannot take too much. But if you forget something, you're just kind of, well, kind of screwed. But Mammoth was so stinking fun. What a cool town. I wish we would have had more time there. We just had the most magical town stop in Mammoth Lakes, California. Town days are always exciting, but this was over the 4th of July. So we got to catch a little bit of the 4th of July parade in Mammoth Lakes. We got to see some fireworks. And then we barbecued, we enjoyed the pool, but then it was time to resupply. So I got our resupply food. But one of the most tricky things when you're through hiking in these town stops is not having a vehicle. You're on foot. And in some places it's easier to get around than others. But I think none more than Mammoth. They have public transportation that's free. It goes all around town and into the mountains. So we were able to use that to pick up our boxes at the post office. We went to have breakfast at the cutest little cafe. It was delicious. We went to all the breweries, both Distance Brewing and Mammoth Brewing. They had a live music festival going on, dog competitions. Everyone I know who has hiked the PCT has told me that Mammoth was a must stop, but I can confirm they were correct. If you're hiking the PCT, I highly suggest a detour into Mammoth for a resupply. And if you're looking for a killer mountain town to explore, go to Mammoth. It's so easy to get into the mountains and to really, really cool shit really fast and easy and free. So thanks, Mammoth, for a killer resupply stop. And if you're on the fence, here's the view just outside of town. Come on. Hey, I really hate to brag, but this is my view from bed tonight. Y'all, thanks for watching that video. That was sweet of you. If you want to watch another one, click here. If you want to join one of my group trips, click here. Okay, want to see something pretty?